Hi there. I've had some requests for some chair-based activities, partially so that you don't have to get up from your chair. You can just do this at your desk, and also for people who've been resting bed rest and have a lot of pain in their back but can sit in a chair now. So I'm going to use the chair I've got because it turns and it's the only one up here. And it has a soft back. So if you're using a hard chair that doesn't have a nice soft thing here, I want you to get a rolled up towel or something that you can use to pad that, a pillow. Um, a pillow would work as long as you can brace it behind you easily. We'll get to that in a minute. You also need some kind of ball. I'm using a tennis ball. I have a lot of these around the house. If you don't have a tennis ball, you can use a dryer ball, a polo ball. Harder is better. Um, if you use a rock, you might want to use a little bit extra thickness on your sock. We'll get to that in a second. If you don't have any kind of ball or rock that's round enough, um, you could use an onion, but I've done that before and it squishes, so put it in a plastic bag first. So you're going to also use a long sock. Um, you'll see why in a minute, but I'm going to put the ball in the sock at the end. I like a ski sock, partially because I don't ski, but I have a ski sock. And it's nice and long and it can get pretty far down. Okay, now to begin. We're going to warm up the shoulders first. So we're just going to make nice slow circles with the shoulders. Ideally, I want you to feel your scapula, that's the bone here, moving around on your back. So make really big circles. This one isn't just for your little bits of front shoulders. We're going to go both directions. As big as you can make them. If you can't, just even do little shoulder raises. That's also fine. Any kind of movement for your shoulders you can. You're just warming it up. Now I want to move the entire spine from the base of the head as far down as we can. And since we're sitting in a chair, we might be a little limited in options there. But I'm going to have you brace your neck with your hands. And I'm going to try to keep my elbows close together, but it's not as important as making sure your hands are bracing your skull. You'll see why in a minute. We're going to try to curve slowly as much of the spine as possible. And I'm going to try to do it all the way up. And the reason you're bracing your neck is so that you don't squash it like that. You don't want to do that. You want to keep your neck long. And I want you to do that a few times. I'm really terrible about doing things slowly. So if you do this later, you can always do it slower. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take that ball in our sock and we're going to place it along the spine, not on the bones themselves, but on one side or the other. And you're holding it so that it doesn't fall away and you don't have to get up and figure out how to chase it under a sofa or something. So you're going to move it to where you like and lean against it. And I like to have a time limit for this because otherwise I just move things around too much. So count to 5 slowly. And move it to a different place. If you have a taller chair, that's fine. Mine's really low, so I can't get very high in my back. But the taller your chair, the more you can get. So I'm going to work lower in my back because that's what I can reach. And I happen to be doing all the left side right now. If you can get it high into your scapula area, that's between that big bladed bone and the ribs, you could even move your arm around while you do it. For me, this is really nice, but it might not be for you, and depending on the type of chair you have, it might not be possible. Just as much as you can. If you get even higher, I'm going to scoosh down so you can see how that would work if you have a higher chair. If you can get even higher, you might even try stretching your neck while you do it. See if that does anything exciting. Okay. You could repeat on the other side if you like, but I'm going to keep this video short. The last thing that I want you to do, I'm going to take the ball back out of the sock because my chair is super low and I don't want to hurt my neck. We're back to that, not extending the neck too far back because we want to keep it long and straight. So I'm going to put my sock around the base of my skull, like that. And then I'm going to lean so that my shoulder blades are nicely supported on the back of the soft padded chair. If it's higher, that's also fine. You'll find a spot that works for you at any height. Some people will have more back bending capability. And I'm going to use the strength of my arms. If you don't have enough strength in your arms to do this, just don't lean so far that you need to be supporting your neck. Just lean a little bit. Because ideally here, what you're trying to do is, I'm going to open this way, is you're trying to open your chest a bit. So ideally you want your arms out, but still holding your neck long. But this, to be honest, you're going to feel in your muscles. So if you don't have the muscle strength to do this, find something you can do. If you can keep your neck straight or it's comfortable to do so, ideally you can open up your arms so that your hands face upwards and lean back like that. This will open your whole chest and give extension to your whole spine. And this is a pose you hold, whether you hold it with your supports or you just hold it out. For as long as you feel like. I'm going to keep it short this time. And then just to counter it and be comfortable, I want you to lean all the way forward and hug your knees. And that's it. I'll try to come up with another chair-based self-massage, self-care video for Friday. If you have specific complaints you'd like addressed, make sure you send me a message in whatever format you like so that I can try to address that. Thanks for watching.